your business card that you gave me here, you have a saying beside your company saying "Flatten the change curve."
It's our slogan.
Okay, can you explain that for everybody?
There are a couple of different concepts of a change curve. One of the things that, if you look up online to identify what a change curve is, you're going to find there are some financial explanations and definitions of a change curve, and how what the financial impact on a company is when you introduce change into an environment. We believe that taking the financial aspect and moving it aside for a second, whenever you introduce, people fear change, and whenever you introduce change into an environment, let's say for example it's a company, okay, and Cognitive Business Solutions, and I go to my employees and I say, okay people, we're going to change things up around here. Here's the new rules. Pop it down and slide it over to everybody. From now on, this is how we're going to operate here, and I expect you guys to start following these rules immediately. What's going to happen is you're going to create a huge wave of turmoil in your business. And if you were to be able to take a snapshot of the emotions of the business itself, and you consider the business an entity, and if you could even get an idea what was really going on inside of that business, you would see it was in crisis. It's in crisis as soon as you implement change in that manner. And so when I talk about a change curve, what we really talk about is when you implement change, company morale starts to drop, productivity starts to drop, directly affects the bottom line. And people are afraid. I don't know what's going to happen. Am I going to lose my job? How am I going to be able to support my family? People are more concerned with themselves and what's going on than they are with your business. Well, what does that mean for your customers? Are your customers going to be taken care of better today, now that you've implemented this change, than they were yesterday? Absolutely not. Hopefully, once you've done something like that, eventually your staff will start to understand, okay, and then they might start to move up. And so you're going to find a dip, an immediate dip, a very pronounced dip, and it'll happen instantaneously. And over time, as they accept it, it will start to come back. And then if you've implemented positive change, and we're not saying that the change that has been implemented was not positive, that it was not good change in the first place, then you can see growth and potential in the company once they've come through this. But what is the impact of that going to be on the company in the short term? And will that even allow you the opportunity to implement the changes, or will it just simply fall apart? And so many companies do this when they start going with ISO, when they start implementing corporate codes. They do it the wrong way, and they just do it the wrong way by telling people how it's going to be. What we believe is that if you involve your people, your staff, your partners, in the change process itself, and say, hey, what do you think needs to change here? What do you think we can do to become better? How do you think we can better service our customers? How do you think we can cut costs? How do you think? When you involve people in that, change becomes a little bit less scary, because first of all, they know what's going on, but also you empower them by involving them in the change process itself, through team building exercises, through assessments, through a program that we've created called the Corporate Coat of Arms. You'll find that change flows through much more quickly. You will find that pronounced dip is now more of a line that kind of goes like this. And so you flatten the change curve, and then after you flatten the change curve, anything is possible. If you look at our logo, you'll see how it starts over here, very narrow, moves in with a slight wave, and then quickly goes up with in any direction that you find.